Wake up, Jacob. It's me, IP. And if you are feeling the vibe, like, share, subscribe. I got a pretty grim story that I was looking at, and I'm gonna share that. But before I do, just guys, let you know I got myself some grow lights now, and I am germinating some seeds. Well, it's not like you can see the seeds in there. And I decided not to do it with the paper towels. I did paper towels before, and like when it starts to germinate and everything, the seed, the root is very, it's very sensitive. It's very delicate, real delicate, right? And so when you're trying to pull the paper towel from the seed and stuff like that, it's really, it's really delicate. So you could really mess something up. So what I decided to do is go ahead and do the same thing. Keep it under the heat, put heat on it, put some light on it and stuff, and let it start to germinate. And I just started it, so you're not gonna see anything right now, but got a couple of little pepper seeds in there just to see how that's gonna go. So and I'll keep you guys posted on that, keep you updated. But still growing, still doing things. But I wanted to go ahead and get those grow lights, so I have a better success rate. So with that, I'm not gonna hold you guys up too long. I'm gonna go ahead and go to this story here, and I'm just gonna tell you guys right now, it's dark. It's not good. It's negative. There's just no way to put it out there. But the whole reason, there's no other way to put it out there. But the whole reason I'm doing it is because this whole thing really tests one's relationship, right? It really tests who you are with. Okay, because like we predicted a lot of different things. We predicted that there may be a lot of births, right? We predicted unemployment, but now you can predict abuse. You can predict abuse because of people, they were working all the time and now they're not working, and one step after abuse has happened. Okay, so let's just go ahead and let's take a look here. Okay, it says Illinois man who suspected girlfriend had COVID-19 fatally shoots her and himself. Yep, that's what happened, right? That's what happened. Okay, and his story just came out. Okay, right there, ABC News just came out. And let's read into it. It says an Illinois man who suspected his girlfriend had contracted COVID-19, the disease caused by the coronavirus, shot and killed her and then himself, authorities said. Both tested negative for the disease. Then it gets into the story. It says, about 8 p.m. Thursday, deputies from the Will County Sheriff's Office went to a residence in Lockport Township, about 30 miles southwest of Chicago, to conduct a welfare check. All of the doors and windows of the residence were locked from the inside, according to the sheriff's office. Deputies and fire personnel forced entry into the home. Patrick Jesernick, 54, and Cheryl Schreifer, 59, were found dead in separate rooms of the residence with obvious signs of trauma to their heads, the sheriff's office said in a statement. The couple were not married, but had been together for 8 years, according to Kathy Hoffmeyer, a spokeswoman for the sheriff's office. A loaded revolver containing 2 spent shell casings and 3 live rounds were found near Jesernick's body, the sheriff's office said. There were no signs of a struggle, and the home was neat and orderly. Okay. A man at the scene told deputies he had that he was contacted by Jesernick's parents, who asked him to check on their son. Check on their son because they had not heard from him. Quote, a check of the address was conducted by detectives, which showed no previous calls for service in regards to domestic disputes. The sheriff's office statement said a check of both deceased individuals was also conducted, which showed very little or limited police contact. Family members later arrived on the scene and told authorities that Jesernick had been scared that he and Schreifer had contracted COVID-19 and that Schreifer was tested 2 days earlier, the sheriff's office said. The family members said Schreifer had been having a hard time breathing and stated that, to their knowledge, she had not received her test results. So they did get tested, but they didn't get the results as of yet. Autopsies conducted Friday on Jeselnik and Shriefer determined they both died as a result of a single gunshot wound to the head. The sheriff's office said Shriefer's death was ruled a homicide. Jeselnik died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound, and his death was ruled as a suicide, according to the sheriff's office. Both Jeselnik and Shriever tested negative for the COVID-19 virus. The sheriff's office said during the COVID-19 pandemic, the vast majority of service calls that deputies had been responding to involved domestic disputes and crisis intervention. As a reminder, if anyone is a victim of the domestic violence situation, the Will County Courthouse remains open for individuals in need of obtaining an order of protection, the sheriff's office said. The Will County Courthouse is open, okay, and then it just says, when it's open from there. But this is what I was saying. I made a post probably about a week ago, and I was talking about, knowing who your foxhole partner is, right? Who you are married to. This thing we're getting to, as the weeks and weeks go on, we get into the psychological and emotional effects of being on lockdown, which of course also says will at least give credence as to why people leave the liquor stores open and stuff like that, but that's a digression. But it really going to test one's relationship. You're going to really know who you are with. Now, some women already know that they are in abusive relationships, right? And then the only reprieve that they get is when the abuser leaves the house and goes to work. Now the abuser is not at work. He's not working, so he is there. He's there all the time, and he's frustrated about everything. So, and it's, you still have those who the person is kind of abusive, but they're not there very well. Let's see. Quick temper, right? He has a quick temper, but not necessarily abusive, meaning they haven't physically abused him, but they have like a quick temper. Well, now that's going to be tested. Okay, that is going to be tested. Let me see what you guys think of the story so far. Before I finish up what I was saying, before I finish my thought here, let's see what you guys have. Shalom, shalom, Lisi. Tabaya, shalom, shalom. Wow, Williams 54. Okay, shalom. Code red hotline for reporting those not living in fear. All right. Most people are getting rid of their spouses. The divorce rate is gonna be through the roof. Yeah, I believe that. I believe the divorce rate will be through the roof. I really do. I think most people were kind of getting through the day to day, with one another, just kind of getting through the day to day, doing their thing. But now they have to come face to face with each other. They have to deal with each other, and it is not pretty. It is just not pretty. So, hey, I see issues. I see issues. Issues are here. Issues are coming. I mean, it's just bad. So yeah, not only birth rate, but divorce rate is gonna go up. I mean, it's gonna get ugly because things like this have psychological and emotional effects. Okay, you have people who prone to depression. That's going to be a problem. People prone to anxiety. That's going to be a problem. Um, then people who are prone to fear. People who are just simply prone to fear. When they hear things like, "Oh, they're letting prisoners, out early," the police department are not going to respond to every single call. There's only certain calls that they're going to respond to. My neighbor's music is too loud. They're probably not coming. They're not coming out for that, right? So there's a lot of fear, that's going to go around. A lot of things that's going to happen, guys. I mean, it's ugly. I mean, to all the way to what I just read, things like that. All I'm saying is that this type of pressure, this type of circumstance, losing your job or being downsized or not being prepared, not having very many provisions, and just certain stress like that, it people just a lot of people cannot handle it. A lot of people cannot handle it. So I'm just saying, understand who you are in a foxhole with, who you are in lockdown with. If I just say it plainly, understand that. Okay, and we have to We got to get our house in order. That's the whole reason why you got to have your house in order. That's like number one right there. Why you got to have your house in order. You got to be spiritually and emotionally ready, prepared for this type of thing. This is what your pastor, your spiritual leader should have been preparing you for the entire time. The entire time. Okay? So when we get out of this, let's just see what type of messages will be preached going forward. Let's just see. Okay? Let's just see. Because you got a lot, and I mean, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on, and I'm not going to turn this into, bashing Sunday preachers or anything like that. So I'll just leave it at that. But let's just see how things are going to change. Let's just see how we select our partners, people who we choose to spend our lives with. Okay, how is that going to change? Because there's going to be a lot of breakups too. There's going to be a lot of breakups. You're definitely going to find out where you're at Passover of people for sure. Okay, yeah, it's gonna, people are gonna find out about the person they are with. They're gonna find out a lot of information, a lot of personality. You're gonna find out. You're gonna find out. But after this is over, how prudent will people be when it comes to mate selection? How prudent are they going to be? Both male and female, both sides. It's a choice on both sides. How prudent are we going to be? How serious are we going to take this? Because see, this is just the first one. This is just the first one, right? This is just this pandemic. This is the first shoe to drop. When something else happens, you got to know who do you want on your team, who's in your household. Okay? Something else is coming right down the pike, guys. Right down the pike. So I'm just putting it out there. Something for all of us to think about. Those are my thoughts. I want to hear your thoughts. Put it in the comment section below. Like, share, subscribe, share it with everybody. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. Really appreciate it. Put a thumbs up on the video as well too. It helps with the YouTube algorithms, and I really, really appreciate it. But again, let's get serious about what's going to happen next. Learn from this experience. Learn, and then execute. That's my word for this video. Learn and then execute. Because this is very, very serious. Very, very serious. Mate selection, who you spend your time with, who do you share your life with, and who is in the foxhole with you when all the fit hit the shan. See you guys on the next one. This is Israelite Prepper.